I want to let you guys know that when I was an ESL teacher, I made about $2,500 to $2,800 a month. That was me working 8 hours, sometimes 9, sometimes 10 hours a day. Here's my business expenses relative to that. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing or clicking on this video. I really appreciate your support. I put a poll up a few weeks ago about what video you guys wanted to see next, and I'll pop it up right here. Not everybody voted, so there's still time to vote for the next two videos, which will be how much do I spend in a month and what's my debt story, I think. So right now, business expenses 1. So I want to go over my business expenses for the month, and that's going to be for every single job or entrepreneur business that I do. That's going to be all of it included together. It actually kind of scares me how much it is, because the amount, it goes over almost what I used to make when I was just being an ESL teacher. So I want to cut back on some of those expenses, and I think I've found maybe a few ways that I can do that. So this is gonna be interesting to see. I hope you guys find it interesting. It's not gonna just be one business that I'm talking about. It's gonna be as a whole, because I have to think of my expenses as a whole. So if you wanna see this, I'm really nervous, then keep on watching. Let's go over the businesses that I have. I have my vending machine business, I have my notary business, I have YouTube, and I also do classes or sessions for my notary. The notary business for my classes don't really cost anything. And keep in mind that when you're a business owner, there are a lot of things you can write off as your expenses. So that's going to be including everything, my gas, my car, everything. So it does make the amount seem higher, but if you were to take those things out that most people don't account for when they're first starting out their business, then I guess the total would be so much low. And then there was a lot of things that kind of unexpected happened. Like you have to account for maybe your car is going to break down one day. So there are a lot of unexpected business expenses that happen in the month of October. So that's what I'm reading for right now. It's November. It's the day before my birthday. It's November 10th. My birthday's November 11th. So you guys are gonna see this video maybe next week or the coming week. There's a special video I want to post before this, but let's see. I don't know. I'm also opening up another business. So you either see that video before this video and you have already seen it, or you're gonna see that video after this, depending on where I want to post it. So that expense is not going to include my new business that I'm opening. I haven't put a down payment on it yet, so it's coming soon. So let's get started. Put down below how much you think I spend in a month for business expenses. For gas, for the month of October, I went in and I added up all of my gas expenses. I spent $171.25 on my gas. Put down below if you think that's a lot. Do mind, my signing business does make me drive a lot of places, so I did account for that in my business expenses. And I usually don't drive anywhere unless I'm doing that. Sometimes I'll go see my friends, but lately they've been coming over my house. Maybe I'll go picking stuff up from the store, so I do account for that. Later on, me and my accountant will probably go over what's better, the gas expense or the mileage expense, but I usually go by my gas. So I think I can definitely cut back on that. I did only add up the gas for the tickets for that, so I guess that's a lot. Is that a lot? Put down below. I don't know if I could cut that gas out just for expenses, but I do drive a lot when you are a notary. A mobile notary is going to be driving a lot. Also, I had to go drive to my vending machines and stuff and back and forth. So that's, to take it or leave it, that's 2 jobs in one that is going to be carrying that gas expense. My vending machine business and also my Notary 101 business. Next up is inventory. I only had to shop for inventory once that month, or I'm gonna say this month, in October. Once in October, because all my nursing homes are still closed. There's not much I can do with getting in there right now. So I went to buy inventory for my warehouse. And I think maybe for the new place that I have gotten. So I got a new location, and I think you guys saw me I posted that, right? Yeah, I posted that video. I'll put a little click link right here if you want to see my new location. And I spent $123.66. 66 cents. So mind you, that was between two vending machine businesses. But you know, the more inventory you get, that means the more locations you have for vending. So I guess that's pretty low. I want more vending locations. Do a money count video, sit down and count money with me as I talk about my future businesses. Are you guys interested in seeing that video where I just count my money and talk to you guys? Let me know down below. Next up is my car. And of course, my car is about the second most highest expense that I had. Twice I had to go to the dealership because I blew a tire. I kept running over nails. I guess when in my notary business, I do drive into the country sometimes. I do live kind of near the country, and one of my tires got a hole in it and had to go patch it up. Turns out I needed a car rental because I had to buy the tire. It was too big of a hole. They couldn't patch it up. So for like 3 days I had a rental car. You have my insurance. You have those 2 times I had to go to the dealership to get it fixed. My oil change was in there as well. I got my car inspected. So many things happened, but the biggest thing is that I blew 2 tires. Car payments. I actually include my car payment in my business expenses. So I pay $294.19 a month for my car. And in my next video, I'm going to show you my debt. So if you guys want to see that, do you want to see how much I spend in a month for fun expenses, personal expenses, or do you want to see my debt story? So I can film that for you guys too, but $294 is lumped up into that. So $594.18 was spent in November, which sucks. You guys always have to account for things that can happen, that could go wrong. So I would have been way less under the amount of my total if that didn't happen. Next is my phone, $181.96. I put my phone under my expense. My phone bill is about $120. $181.96. I finally got my screen fixed. Everybody kept yelling at me to get my screen fixed. Got it fixed and then I broke it again. I'm not very good at this. I have insurance on it, so it's wrapped up into my payments, so that's also under my phone expense. And he came here, a mobile guy who comes and fixes machines. Phones came and I got a free phone for a brand new phone for like $29, same thing. Samsung is really great when it comes to your screen breaking. They replace the whole phone but keep all your inside so you don't have to change anything. Love that. Get insurance, you guys. Insurance saves your life. You have to take in consideration that things go wrong. Life is not perfect, so that was into my business expense as well. Transportation. This one would have not been in it if I had known that I shouldn't have taken a signing. So I took a signing out in Cape Charles. And if you're not from Virginia, Cape Charles is where people go to vacation. You have to go over many bridges over the water to get to it, and then you have to pay a toll. Do you want to know how much the toll is? The toll was $14 in and $14 out. So I paid almost $30 for that signing to get there. Can you believe that? I shouldn't have done it. I'm never gonna take Cape Charles again. Ever. Never gonna do that again. So my total was actually $29 because I also had parking. I don't know where I went to go park, but it cost me money and I'm never gonna do that again either. Next up is machinery. I had to get 2 of my vending machines moved, so it came up to $240 for that month. Mind you, I don't always move machines. Ideally, you don't want to move your machines a lot, but one of my locations wasn't making money, so I had it moved. The first move cost me $200. It was about a 30 to 35, maybe 40-minute move away from that current location to where it is now, so that was expensive. That was not fun. I was also almost late to a signing because of that. I had left my keys at home, had to drive back to go get it, and then drive back to the place. It was awful. The next move cost me about $80 or maybe $40. It cost me $40 because I got a small discount on it. Extra expense that I don't normally like to spend, that I don't normally have to spend, but it is what it is when you own a business. You're going to be buying machines, moving machines. I'm also in the market to be buying a new machine. I want to start looking for another location, but that's going to be added to the expenses. You have to be prepared where you're a business owner for a lot of expensive things you may have to buy and expensive things you're gonna have to send out to someone else. So if I could move my own machines, I could definitely take that expense out. Maybe one day I will. It just kind of scares me. I'm 4'11", not that strong, I'm a teeny weeny girl. I just might leave it to the guys that I hire. Next up is marketing. I don't know how much marketing I did. Ah, okay. Marketing. So for my notary, I do put in a little bit of marketing on websites where hopefully I'll become at the top of the list for those notary websites. So I am the first person or almost the first person at the top of the list in my area. I pay for that position. So thankfully it does come back to me. I do offset that cost because I make more money than my marketing cost. So in all, it costs me $249. That does also include my LLC renewal. I had to do something to renew something, so you gotta pay for it. The biggest expense that was also like miscellaneous supplies for notary, for vending and all that, my biggest expense was supplies, and I plan to get that in half, cut it in half, because I'm spending way too much for that. I spent $799.07 for supplies. Ink is a huge expense for me because I buy the name brand. So right now I actually have a box sitting on my floor where I have a third party business that creates ink for my new 2020 HP printer. This by itself with taxes costs $66. That's not fun. So the new one that I just bought is about $39, so that's going to cut expenses heavily by $100 a month if it does really well for my printer. So I have now gotten that down to $600. I think I buy the cheapest legal paper that I can, but this also includes YouTube. What you guys are looking at right now with all the lighting, I bought some new lighting equipment, which is in here. I have like new tripods, new lighting, things that stop my camera on and off when I need the light on or when I want to start recording. I also did take out my clothes for YouTube and for also business expenses when I go out and I go travel places. I can do some of my work clothes to be written off. If it's not for YouTube, then for my notary business. Also, I need a mobile printer. That would also offset some of my costs, because if I get a mobile printer, when documents come at the last freaking second, I don't have to stop at Office Max to print them. You wouldn't believe how many times that actually happened, where I made the stupid decision. I don't know if it was stupid, I still make money, but it cost me like $44 to $60 sometimes to go to Office Max to get my papers printed. So last minute things can be cut off if I get a mobile printer. So that saves me. The mobile printer will be about $259 or somewhere like that. I'm gonna ask for it for my birthday and for Christmas, so I don't have to pay for it. But yeah, that should cut some expenses out of that as well. If you know any other ways that I can cut some prices out of my expenses, please put it down below. Comment down below, please help me out. I want to let you guys know that when I was an ESL teacher, I made about $2,500 to $2,800 a month. That was me working 8 hours, sometimes 9, sometimes 10 hours a day. Here's my business expenses relative to that. $2,388.12 was spent on my business expenses with everything combined. The good thing is that I can write all of this off on my taxes. Now, vote down below. What do you want to see next? Do you want to see how much I spend for my personal expenses, just the fun money, in a month? Or do you want to hear my debt story, how much debt I am in and how I'm going to repay it? Let me know down below. Please give this video a like. Thank you for watching. Please let me know if I'm a dumbass down below for how much I spent on business expenses. And I'll talk to you guys later. Make sure you subscribe. Bye.